Picture this. You're standing in line, naked, starving. A Nazi officer is deciding whether you live or die with a flick of his finger. Left means work camp, right means gas chamber. You have no control, no power, nothing. In that moment, what keeps you alive? What keeps you human? Viktor Frankl lived this nightmare, and somehow, in the absolute worst of humanity, he discovered the one thing no one can ever take from you. Frankl was a psychiatrist before the Holocaust. He had theories about meaning and purpose. Then the Nazis threw him into Auschwitz. His wife, his parents, his brother, all murdered. His life's work burned. He had every reason to give up, to let the horror consume him, but he didn't. And here's what he noticed. Some prisoners survived against all odds. Others, stronger and healthier, just gave up and died. The difference wasn't physical, it was psychological. Those who had a why to live for could endure almost any how. Frankl watched men share their last piece of bread. He saw others comfort the dying. In a place designed to strip away humanity, some people chose to remain human anyway. He realized something radical. The Nazis could control everything external, his body, his freedom, his circumstances, but they couldn't control his inner response, his attitude, his choice of meaning. This became logotherapy. Logo means meaning in Greek. The core idea is simple but devastating. Life doesn't owe you happiness. It doesn't owe you comfort, but it always offers you meaning, even in suffering, especially in suffering. Frankl wrote, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." You can't always choose what happens to you, but you can always choose what it means. He survived by imagining himself after the war, giving lectures about his experience, helping others. That future purpose kept him alive in the present hell. Nietzsche said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." Frankl proved it. In the worst conditions imaginable, meaning was the difference between life and death. So here's the uncomfortable question. If Frankl could find meaning in a concentration camp, why do we struggle to find it in comfortable lives? We have food, shelter, safety, things prisoners would have killed for, and yet we feel empty, anxious, lost. We scroll through our phones, asking, is this it? Is this all there is? Frankl called this the existential vacuum. Modern life has removed most external suffering, but it hasn't given us meaning. We're not starving, we're just numb. Here's the trap. We think meaning is something we find, like a treasure hunt. We search for our passion, our calling, our purpose, and when we don't find it immediately, we panic. But Frankl's insight was the opposite. Meaning isn't found, it's created through your response to what life throws at you. You don't need a concentration camp to practice this. You just need to stop waiting for life to hand you purpose and start choosing it yourself. The problem is we've been sold a lie that life should be easy, that suffering is a mistake, that if you're struggling, something's wrong. So when hardship comes, we collapse. We ask, why me? This isn't fair. We wait for the suffering to end before we start living again. Frankl would say, the suffering is the point. How you respond to it is where meaning lives. First, stop asking, what do I want from life? Start asking, what does life want from me? Frankl believed life is constantly asking you questions through the situations you face. A sick parent needs care. A difficult project needs completion. A broken relationship needs honesty. These aren't obstacles to your real life. They are your real life. Your meaning is in how you respond to them. Write down the hardest thing you're facing right now. Then ask, what is this situation demanding of me? What would the best version of me do here? That's your meaning, right there, not someday, today. Second, practice tragic optimism. This is Frankl's term for finding meaning despite pain, guilt, and death. Not toxic positivity, not pretending everything's fine. It's saying, yes, this is hard. Yes, it hurts, and still, I can choose how I show up. Your boss is unfair? You can't control that, but you can control your integrity. Your relationship ended. You can't fix the past, but you can choose to grow from it. Meaning doesn't require happy circumstances. It requires conscious choice in any circumstance. Third, live for something beyond yourself. Frankl noticed that prisoners focused on themselves died faster. Those focused on others, on future contributions, on something bigger, survived. Who needs you? What work needs doing? What would be lost if you gave up? Your meaning isn't about you. It's about what you give. The suffering becomes bearable when it serves something beyond your own comfort. Frankl survived because he believed his ideas needed to reach the world. That belief pulled him through hell. What pulls you forward? Frankl walked out of Auschwitz weighing barely 80 pounds. Everything had been taken from him, and he wrote a book that has sold millions of copies and changed millions of lives. Not because he had it easy, because he transformed the worst into something meaningful. You're not in a concentration camp, but you're in something hard. We all are. Life guarantees struggle. It guarantees loss. It guarantees pain. What it doesn't guarantee is meaning. That's your job.